How's it going, people? I'm your Thinking Cap Benji, and today's video is all about triple captaincy. Last game week we went with Isak, captain, who finishes the top performing premium in 23, but in game week 24 it's the first double of the season, and in this one I'll be analyzing Salah's complete captaincy profile to determine whether it's the right week or wrong week for triple cap. Let's get into it. Thinking Cap activated. So we went 4 from 4 on the 23 rankings, a perfect set of results, which is great for the confidence as we head into the most important captaincy analysis of the season. This episode is going to be a little bit different to what I usually do. First, we're going to explore Salah triple captain, and then we'll compare his profile to all of the other premiums who could double later on. Now, before anything else, let's examine the spacing in Liverpool's schedule, because availability, expected minutes, and rest are three of the most significant captaincy elements. I'm predicting Salah to start in both of the double fixtures, and I'm predicting a 180-minute game time for Mo Salah, which is a fat green flag. Salah and a handful of Liverpool's first team players were fully rested this week. Slot left them in Liverpool. They didn't even travel away to PSV in the Champions League on Wednesday, meaning that Salah's received a full 7-day rest ahead of that Bournemouth clash. It's 11 days from Bournemouth to Everton, so it actually is a quite long gap, but it's actually a huge green flag in my opinion. Yes, Liverpool have 2 cup games sandwiched in the double, but Slot's rotation history this season means we can basically discount any chance of Mo getting minutes versus Plymouth. Assuming Salah starts against Tottenham, which I think is highly likely, he'd then have a massive 6 days to recover ahead of Everton away, which is also in Liverpool. So the only travel Salah's doing in the next 2.5 weeks is the trip to Bournemouth. So overall, I really think the fixture spacing, it's really great. It's not tight at all in this double. Salah's projected minutes are max for both games, and he's getting almost a full week of rest before each game in 24. Very little travel for Liverpool as well in this period. All signs point towards activating triple cap. Now, we all know about Salah's superb reputation in big games, but surprisingly his historical record at Goodison isn't that great. He's blanked in 60% of starts versus Everton away, but his points archive contains a 15-pointer, so historically he's produced explosive points before in this exact fixture. Salah's past performances away to Bournemouth have been excellent, apart from one 0-pointer that he got last season where Neto saved his penalty, but apart from that, it's been smooth sailing in this fixture. I will caveat though by saying this Bournemouth team is very different to previous versions, so don't weigh Mo's historical record against them too highly. Finally, let's take a look at Salah in all double game weeks where he started both games, and his points history is absolutely incredible. Just the 5 doubles with 2 starts from 2, but in all 5 of those ones, Salah delivered more than 10 points. He's never blanked in a double game week when starting both matches. That's a different level of reliability, and Salah's double game week history should be weighted heavily in your captaincy decision. Yeah, Salah's record in doubles is excellent, but I do believe this one in 24 will be up there as one of the toughest doubles in his FPL career. Bournemouth and Everton sit inside the top 10 for seasonal defensive data. Both teams currently average less than 1.5 goals conceded per game. Their XGC averages rank top 8 this season, so they're definitely not 2 walk-in-the-park fixtures. A small positive is the matchups. Everton and Bournemouth have conceded the highest amount of chances down Salah's wing compared to chances conceded centrally and down the opposite wing, but Areola and Moyes will 100% have a plan to neutralize Salah and try to counteract his effectiveness. I don't think he will be left alone by Kirkez or Mikolenko in either game. With Everton's recent manager change, let's check out both teams' defensive stats across their last 4 home games, and clearly Bournemouth are the tougher fixture of the two. In the last 4 home games, Bournemouth boasts the best defensive record in the league, conceding just 1 goal, which was a late penalty awarded to West Ham a few weeks ago. If that pen wasn't given, Areola's team would be on a 4-game clean sheet home streak. In terms of the better fixture of the two, that's definitely Everton, who've conceded way more shots on target in their last 4 home matches compared to their seasonal performance. They've conceded a further 14 big chances at Goodison in their last 4, and I do believe Moyes' Everton is much more targetable than Dyche's Everton would have been in this double. In terms of injury factors, Everton are missing Mangala due to a knee problem, and Calvert-Lewin's out for a little bit with a hamstring strain. Bournemouth have an injury crisis, but that starting 11 is packed with not only defensive quality, but also attacking quality. I still see Liverpool's clean sheet odds though. I still see it boosted in both games in the double due to Calvert-Lewin and Evan Nilsson's absence. Dango Ouattara is a good player, but he should struggle against a fully rested Van Dijk-Konate partnership. So overall, definitely not the easiest set of fixtures in the double, and with both games being away from home, it does dampen the mood on Triple Cap Salah. The good news about Salah having 2 away fixtures in the double is his seasonal performance on the road. From 11 away starts, Mo's managed to return 19 GA, which is the best output compared to all of the FPL attackers this season. In key attacking metrics, Mo ranks first throughout once again. If you're a regular Thinking Cap watcher, then you'll know what post-shot XG is, but if you don't know, it's basically a stat measuring finishing quality, and of course, Salah's post-shot XG per 90 is the highest this season away from home. Mo dominates all categories on the road, and he's clearly been the best asset in away fixtures. What's even crazier is that Salah's 19 returns from 11 starts actually has him as the 4th most productive player ever away from home in a single Premier League season. He's 4th right now. The current record for attacking returns away from home in one season sits with Andy Cole, who managed 21 involvements in 19 starts. Salah's already on 19 returns with 8 more away fixtures to play. Not only is Salah just 2 involvements away from equaling Andy Cole's record, but he's comfortably on track to become the most productive player away from home in one Premier League season in the history of top flight football. Now, in his last 2 away games, Salah did blank in both, but after studying his Premier League points history and his return patterns, I can confidently say that 4 away blanks in a row is extremely uncommon for Salah in the league, and considering how good he's been in away games this season, I doubt it continues much longer. Salah's points history on both game days isn't actually superb, as he's blanked in 62% of midweek away starts. He's more consistent in Saturday away games, but even that blank rate is in the high 30s, which is a concern. The positives with Mo's game day profile is he does look to offer explosive potential, a 25% double-digit haul rate combined with a 0.9 GA per start. Return rate makes me a little more confident in the reliability of Salah Cap. Form is a top 2 factor when analyzing kickoff performance and kickoff data, so it's a really good sign to see Salah's form across the last 5 sitting above a 7-point average in both game day categories. We're looking for form in and around 7.5 up to the high 8s, because if it's above that, then we might have missed the big haul, but when it's in and around that value, it's usually a really good sign and a really good time to pounce on that asset. Salah's game day blank percentages, they do indicate more inconsistency than we usually see from Salah, but his form and his double-digit haul rate suggest bigger explosive potential than we usually see as well, so it's kind of offset there. In terms of game time stats, Salah does follow a similar trend, although his form at both kickoff times is a little bit weaker. Once again, the inconsistency is a concern here with Salah's blank rates in and around the 50s. His explosive potential drops slightly as well, following these slight regressions in both double-digit haul rates, but these percentages aren't below the 20s. Look, 1 double-digit return in 5 on average is okay, and considering the amount of recent Salah blanks at both kickoff times, I'm personally expecting an uptick in at least one of his 2 game time profiles. There's 3 confirmed doubles that will happen this season. Of course, that includes the 24 double that we have been discussing this whole time. On top of that is the 33 and 36 doubles, but we're not going to know exactly which fixtures go where and which teams double exactly until after game week 30, in and around game week 30. Premiums with the unlocked icon represent potential doubles but are not locked doubles, and the locked symbol represents premiums who have confirmed doubles, of which we only have 1, and that is Mo Salah this week. After assessing the alternatives, look, there are a few decent alternatives down the line for potential TC. Haaland could double in 36 with Southampton away, which looks pretty juicy. Isak's got a few sexy projected doubles with Ipswich in there in one of them. and so does Palmer, but I think Haaland in 36 and Mo Salah in 33, where Liverpool could have Leicester away and Aston Villa away. I think those are the real main options where you can chase. Those are the two golden opportunities, in my opinion, assuming the remaining cup rounds fall in the right way. And that's the real key takeaway here. If you save your triple captain, you'd be banking on projected doubles becoming reality. Remember, all of those doubles are projections. They're not real doubles. They're not confirmed doubles. And when there's multiple factors you guys have not considered, number one, the potential that your favorite double doesn't happen. Number two, the impact of Champions League on Salah and Haaland. Historically, both him, Haaland, and Salah have been rotated late on in the season during double game weeks. Why? Because Champions League is and does take the priority over the Premier League competition, especially where City are now. There's no guarantee Erling Haaland will have locked minutes in a possible double, a double that's not locked. Same with Salah. What happens if they've wrapped up the league by game week 33? Who knows what happens? There's too many variables there, in my opinion, and because of the historical rotation late on in the season during those double game weeks, there's no confirmation of minutes. It's really hard to recommend a future TC without knowing any of the doubles. There's no guarantee you're going to get good minutes. There's no guarantee they're going to be fit at that point, and there's no guarantee that the triple captain double game week fixture you like the most ends up materializing. You've already seen my projected minutes for Salah in this double, 180 minutes maximum, 6 days rest before Everton, 7 days rest before Bournemouth. That's the best double game week spacing I've come across in my 5 seasons playing FPL. And for me, Salah triple cap is 100% locked in double game week 24. His double game week history, when starting in both matches, it speaks for itself, guys. 100% double digit hold rate, 0% blank rate. And not only is he the top performing FPL asset in away games this season, but his 19 returns on the road is the 4th most ever in a single campaign. 2 more returns in the league. In away fixtures, Salah will draw level with Andy Cole's away record of 21 GA in 19 starts. Salah's only started 11, so he's firmly on track to becoming the most productive player ever away from home in a single season in the league, and I'm backing him to do the business in 24. With triple captain, I believe you need close to 0 red flags in all areas of a player's profile to warrant the use of the chip, and in my opinion, the green flags with Salah's profile greatly outweigh the concerns around fixture difficulty. Of course, the fixtures could be better, but look at Salah's points history in tough away games like Arsenal away and Newcastle away this season. Additionally, Bournemouth, they love to press high and push bodies forward in that press. With the game being at the Vitality Stadium, I don't see Areola changing his tactics, which is actually really good for Salah. Lewis Cook is Areola's most effective double up asset in terms of when he wants someone to man mark someone, he asks Lewis Cook. I saw that in game week 5 when he asked Lewis Cook to do that job on Cole Palmer very successfully at the Vitality Stadium. Lewis Cook is now stuck playing right back because they do not have any other fit right back. So that's the impact of injuries. And this thing with Everton is Everton have recently sacked the most defensive manager in the Premier League, the most defensive-minded manager in Premier League history, you could even say. So if anything, the Everton fixture has improved dramatically recently because Moyes' low block is nothing compared to Sean Dyche's low block. Recent Everton injuries, including Calvert-Lewin, midfielder Mangala, who is a big loss defensively, in my opinion. So there are some little positives there. I do think the fixture is boosted in terms of the clean sheet potential. But look, on paper, the double is tough. I'm not arguing with that. I'm just saying there are some positives you can take with the fixtures. And for me, I know who I'm backing, and that's Liverpool. 95% of that first team with no travel fatigue, given the full week to rest ahead of Bournemouth. It's too good to be true. For me, I'm triple captaining Mo Salah. In second place, I've got Cole Palmer, who would have been more of a consideration versus West Ham at home if Liverpool weren't doubling. And in third place, I've got Ollie Watkins kicking off late Saturday away to Wolves. The 5:30 kickoff away from home is one of Watkins' favorite historical kickoff times, and with Duran no longer impacting minutes, Watkins is an asset I'm looking to buy very soon. My Game Week 24 wildcard captain will shock a few of you a bit, I'm sure. and that's Iliman Ndiaye. Because, look, it's a double game week. I think the best high risk, high reward, which is what the wildcard captain is, I think the best high risk, high reward asset. He's on penalties now for Everton with Calvert-Lewin injury. He's doubling 2 home fixtures in there, including a promoted team in the form of Leicester. But for me, I'm not going out and recommending that. That's my wildcard captain for the week in terms of who I think is really good for a high risk, high reward play if you're looking at that, if you're looking to chase. But seriously, I would not be backing against Mo Salah. I don't think 20 or more points from Salah in this double is unrealistic. I don't think it is at all. Mo can fought 20 points, guys, out of absolutely nowhere in this double. He could get a pen against Bournemouth, a tap in against Everton, add the clean sheet potential, and Salah's domination in the bonus system this year due to new changes. He could be on for 25, 22, 23 points with 2 returns. It's insane to say that, but that's how the meta is. That's how the captaincy meta is with Salah. There's a reason why he's been the best performing premium 8 times this season, more than any other premium. So for me, I would not be taking Mo Salah on unless you've got a really, really, really good gut feeling with taking him on and you've thought about it all week, you've done your personal research. If you're new around here, then hit that subscribe button, stick around. If you found my analysis helpful, then hit that like button and let me know if you're planning to captain Salah. Are you taking him on? What's your triple cap plans? Do you have the chip left? Are you playing any chip? Let me know in the comment section. Peace.